This video is to review lesson 7.3, how do you convert units within a measurement system. So we have our customary measurement system shown in the top of this table and the metric measurement system shown in the bottom. We're going to do some metric conversions. We talked a little bit about a conversion trick. So horse to fly, you multiply. That means if you're going from a large unit to a small unit, you're going to multiply. Fly to horse, divide of course. That means if you're going from a small unit to a large unit, you're going to divide. So here we have 2 liters equals how many milliliters? So we're going from a larger unit, liters, we can see down at the bottom, to a smaller unit, milliliters. And in our conversion chart, we can see that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So if I have 2 liters, I would have 2,000 milliliters. I can figure that out by doing 2 times 1,000 milliliters per liter. There's my 2,000. Now I have 200 grams to kilograms, so I'm going from a smaller to a bigger. When I go from small to big, I'm going to divide, and so I'm going to take my grams units, or amount, 200, and I'm going to divide that by 1,000 grams, because that's how many makes up 1 kilogram. And so when I do that division, I find out that 200 grams equals 2/10 kilograms. All right, 1.2 meters equals how many centimeters? Going from big to small, so large to small. Horse to fly, we multiply. So 1.2 meters. In each meter, there are 100 centimeters, so I'm going to multiply. When I do this multiplication, I end up with 120 centimeters. Okay, 12 centimeters to millimeters. Again, I'm going from a bigger unit to smaller. So that's going to mean I multiply. So 12 centimeters times there are 10 millimeters in each centimeter. So 12 times 10 equals 120 millimeters. 40 centimeters to meters. So this time I'm going from small to large. So I'm going to divide. This is the fly to horse, divide of course. So I have 40 centimeters. I need to divide it by the number of centimeters per meter, which is 100, and I get 4/10 of a meter. Now we're going to look at customary, and we're going to use a unit rate to help us solve. So we have 36 inches in 1 yard, so we're trying to figure out how many inches, or how many yards are there if we have 324 inches. Since I'm going from inches to yards, a smaller to larger, I'm going to use division to help me solve this. So I have 324 total inches, and every 36 inches makes a yard, so I'm going to divide by 36 to figure out how many yards that is. When I do that division, I get 9 yards. All right, 368 ounces equals blank pounds. Again, so here's my unit rate. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound. And so if I have 368 ounces, I'm going to divide by 16 ounces, the amount per pound, to figure out how many pounds that will be. When I do 368 divided by 16, I end up with 23 pounds. And I could do a quick check. 23 pounds times 16 ounces, does that equal 368 ounces? We'll see. And it does. So that means I'm right. All right, 12 miles equals how many feet? So in 1 foot, or 1 mile, there are 5,280 feet. And so I want to figure out how many are in 12 miles. So I'm going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. And so for every mile, it's going to be 5,280 feet. And so this time I'm going to multiply that number. So this is the amount per 1 mile times 12 to get how many feet are in 12 miles. And when I do this multiplication, I find out there are 63,360 feet in 12 miles. All right, another customary. So we're trying to figure out 64 cups equals how many gallons. So I want to know how many cups are in 1 gallon. There are 16 cups in 1 gallon. And so I need to figure out, if I have 64 cups, how many gallons is that I have? And so I'm going from cups to gallons, so a smaller to a larger. And so I'm going to divide 64, that's how many cups I have. And for every 16 cups, it makes 1 gallon. So I'm going to do 64 divided by 16 to find out that this would be 4 gallons. All right, I'm going to walk you through what your homework problems look like today on HMH. So if you need help with any of these, you can skip ahead or you can watch them all. Your numbers might be slightly different. So let's look at this problem. Use the model below to complete each statement. So we have cups and quarts, and it's showing us that for every 1 quart, it's 4 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 1 quart. So I'm trying to use this model to figure out if I have 16 cups. So over here, how many quarts do I have? And my model shows me I have 4 quarts. The height of a doorway is 9 yards. What is the height of the doorway in inches? So for this one, I need to do some thinking around, okay, how many inches make up 1 yard? So 36 inches make 1 yard. So that's my unit rate that I'm going to use. If I have something that's 9 yards, I'm trying to figure out how many inches that is. And so I'm going from a smaller to a larger. Said that wrong. I'm going from a larger to a smaller, so I'm trying to figure out how many inches are in these 9 yards. And so I'm going to multiply to do this solving. 36 times 9 equals 324 inches. So 36 inches are in every yard. We have 9 yards, so we multiply to find out that is 324 inches. An oak tree is planted when it is 200 centimeters tall. What is the height in meters? Okay, so we're going from 200 centimeters to meters. So I can look down at my chart and I know that 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. So if I have 200 centimeters, I must have 2 meters. Again, I can use some division to help me. So if I have 200 centimeters, I want to divide by the number of centimeters per meter, and I get that answer. Use unit rates to solve. Mary Catherine made 4 gallons of punch for a party. How many cups of punch did she make? So for every 1 gallon, we have 16 cups. And so if I have 4 gallons, I need to multiply that by 16 because each gallon is going to have 16 cups in it to figure out how many cups total. And in this case, it would be 64. Use a conversion factor to solve. 4 and 7/500 grams times 100 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams. So we're going from grams to milligrams. We're going from bigger to smaller, so we're multiplying. When I multiply this, I find out, I can also look down here to know, oh, there's 1,000 milligrams per 1 gram, just like my conversion factor shows here. So this equals 4,750 milligrams. Use a conversion factor to solve. A package weighs 48 ounces. What is the weight of the package in pounds? So again, I want to think about my unit rate or my factor. There are 16 ounces per every pound. LB is the abbreviation for pound. It's sort of odd. And then we have 48 ounces. And so we're trying to figure out how many pounds that is. And so I'm going to take my 48 ounces and divide it by 16 because each group of 16 ounces will make a pound. So 48 divided by 16 equals 3. The package is 3 pounds. In Beijing in 2008, the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase became an Olympic event. What is that distance in kilometers? 3,000 meters is how many kilometers? So we're going from a smaller to a bigger, and so we're going to divide. We're going to take the number of meters we have, and then we're going to divide it by how many meters excuse me, there are in 1 kilometer. And there are 1,000 meters per every kilometer. So 3,000 meters is equivalent to 3 kilometers.